My mother didn't provide a comfortable environment for my brother and I to grow up in because she brought this man into her house, Vince, who just didn't like us. He became physically violent, but mainly was just very emotionally abusive.
Vince has physically abused me a couple times. One time he had pinned me up against the wall, and the second time he pressed me into a cabinet, pushed me up. We had an indent on our cabinet and left me with a cut under my eye.
Vince is a wonderful husband, but he's not a good stepfather. Vince could have made a better effort to be kinder to my children. There was one incident where my husband was trying to teach Tim how to load the dishwasher, and Tim made a snotty remark. My husband grabbed Tim by the shirt, pushed him against the cabinet, and was screaming at him. I got frightened, so I called 911.
There was a time Vince pulled a knife on me with the intent to at least scare me. I was in years of therapy afterward, and my mother will say it was just a butter knife. It's not the fact that it was just a butter knife, it's how he held it and how he looked at me. Menacing. He was bad enough to the point where I had recurring nightmares.
When I was around 16, my stepfather became violent with me because I would not drink a shake. I had been suffering from anorexia at the time, and I wasn't comfortable. Vince dragged me down the stairs by my hair. Vince threw me on the ground. He was standing over me, grabbing my wrists and shaking me and saying he was going to kill me. You know, I thought, that's pretty psychotic.
Kathy's husband, Vince, admits to being stern and a yeller towards the kids, but says he just wanted to bring some order into his house. Vince says Jill and Tim are just Gen Xers with an attitude.
Tim thinks that Kathy ruined his life, but really what happened wasn't Kathy's fault. Tim also blames me for his anger issues. I disagree with that. When I met Tim and Jill, they seemed to be little punks. Tim and Jill both talk back to me. I was brought up in a strict household. My dad was a drill sergeant. You didn't get away with stuff like that. There wasn't really major fights until they got to the teenage years. This one time there was an argument between Jill and Tim. Tim got angry at me, which made me push him into a cabinet, which made Kathy call the police. Of course, I didn't push him hard because I didn't want to break the cabinet. I don't think I was abusive. Might have been because of the generation or how I was brought up, and for that I'm sorry. I never hit them with a closed fist. I never even spanked them. We were good parents to those kids. We provided for them.
At this point in time, Tim needs to just grow up.
Where in the parenting handbook, driving a kid's head into the side of a cabinet, where does that fall?
Nowhere.
Because he's not loading the dishwasher right?
I think that one was the argument between Tim and Jill that got that one. But it was, yeah, I got mad at him.
You grab one of my kids and drive their head into the side of a cabinet, we got a problem.
I did have a problem.
That's not.
I did have a problem.
That's not okay.
No, it's not okay.
Why was that? Was that okay with you?
Absolutely not. I called 911 when that occurred. I had him taken out of the house.
And that was worse than anything I've ever done to you. And anything I ever would do to you.
Ever become physically, he never
I mean,
laid a hand on my mom.
that trumps everything I've ever done to you right there. And it literally scarred me for life. Like, you've admitted to him in front of me. He's afraid of you. You've been in tears.
Why do you continue to choose that kind of behavior with me?
I haven't.
You say you hate that behavior, and I hate it too. But you continue to be verbally abusive and angry. I am tired of it.
I'm sorry. I've gone to you my whole life. And I have told you I'm afraid of your husband, and you have rationalized it every single time. That's how his father raised him. That's how his father raised him. When does it get to the point? When does it get to the point where how he raised me?
When does it get to a point where you grow up and you accept?
I've been grown up the whole time, Mom.
That happened, but I'm not going to be that way.
I graduated college with those honors. I mean,
when does that happen, Tim?
It already has happened.
No, this has been going on for 7 years.
You had me convicted as an adult.
This verbal abuse of constant. And the reason I cut you and block you off the phone is just swear at me and call me names. I've had it.
You instigate every single time.
That is not.
How many times did I apologize to you, Mom?
Your
How many times
apologies
did I
mean
apologize to
nothing
you after I called
because
your
you
name?
continue to do it.